Hi class, this is Eric Besserell and this is MPA 510 and this is my multimedia presentation for week 7. Now in this week's article and multimedia presentation, I decided to read an article from Reagan to post reinvention, and what I did was as I was reading it I was really trying to tie the idea of bureaucracy and what Reagan did in his time in office and how that applies to Weber's ideas of bureaucracy, the division of labor, um, the formal rules and regulations. And what I saw was that when Reagan went in there, he really emphasized the idea of to the people that the reduction of bureaucracy was vital to the American people. In that, we see the ideas and philosophies that are leaning more towards conservative philosophies, which, in a sense, are less government and the idea of privatization. So, with that, you start thinking that the people here and want to see the role and size of government be reduced to allow a little bit more flexibility. Now, in this, what I got from it was that there was both positive and negative consequences from this. I mean, in the sense that the people that voted for him and wanted to see him in office really wanted to to emphasize that bureaucracy should be a little bit more like Weber's idea of bureaucracy and a little more defined and not so overwhelming and overpowering to the people. So, with that, we saw that he was able to convince the people that he was the right person for that position. And in that, he grew um, specifically his defense, which is something that he emphasized, but in that as well, when you grow the defense side of government, you're increasing government role and size. So, there's a little bit of both that's happening. I thought it was good to go back to the basics of Weber and apply it to what Reagan was really trying to do. Now, in this article, we see the talks about public and private management and the private and public sector being so similar, but yet having contrasting views on government and bureaucracy. So, the reason why this is so important was that Reagan was able to tie into these private sectors by emphasizing the idea of less bureaucracy, more for the people, less control over them, and that really ties well with how the people want to see government. They want to see them a little. They want them there when they need them, but they don't want them there breathing down the back of their neck. So Gulick was really his whole idea of post-score being that we have to have uh, private ideas and private organization. Will be organized. We have to staff it, direct it accordingly. That's very important in the private sector. So I think that Reagan was able to tie both of these aspects together. In this article, really goes into the ideas of policy management, resource management, program management, and the importance of that. So with that, I think you see the Reagan mentality, Reagan ideas dive into the mold of what we want to see government like, and how do we balance these two ideas. Now, with that, the reduction of bureaucracy, I think the people at that time and moment were really feeling that it wasn't being efficient, which is why they chose someone like Reagan that was pushing the reduction of government. Um, so I think that the organization they wanted to see have a little more well-defined line so that it wasn't overstepping its boundaries, such as what sometimes government tends to do, or people feel that government does. So obviously, people don't want that phone call, and it's written everywhere about I'm with the government and I'm here to help. So that's something that he pushed that was not necessarily the best words that people wanted to hear at the time, that the residents and the community of the United States wanted to hear. So um, with that, there are positive and negative influences that occur, and with that, we saw that in order to protect the people, they had to increase a little more stability to be able to have more flexibility and less overpowering government. So, in a sense, there's always a balance that you have to meet in public administration. Where do you meet that and still um, get the positive responses from the community and the people that are supporting you? I think as a leader, they run into these issues on a constant basis. So overall, it was a great article, um, and I hope you all enjoyed my presentation. I hope to hear your feedback. Thank you so much. Please leave your comments below. Thank you, and God bless.